So you want to get into cryptocurrency, you're not sure where to start. You found some of my old videos, you're finding some of my newer videos, you're watching people on YouTube, and it's still kind of confusing. So I'm going to take you into the one place you need to get an understanding of cryptocurrency besides my videos, and it'll show you the big picture cryptocurrency and what's going on, and that's CoinMarketCap. Stick around and we'll get right into it.
Real Daddy Talk. Real Daddy Talk.
Hey YouTube, it's your girl, The Real Teddy Talks, educating you every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday on entrepreneurship, your hustle and your grind, and building generational wealth. And our wealth building discussion today is going to revolve around cryptocurrency and the thing that gives you the best picture of cryptocurrency, and that's CoinMarketCap. So let's go right into my screen. So let's get right into CoinMarketCap. We're going to just take a broad picture look at CoinMarketCap. You're going to see the currency, the cryptocurrency on the left side, the price of the currency towards the middle. Right smack dab in the middle, you're going to see the market cap. Then you move over to the right side, you see the circulating supply of the coin, what the coin has done over the last 7 days. Now we'll take a look at the top up here. We're going to see at the very top, how many cryptocurrencies are there? 9,192. That number has increased almost 200 coins in the last 2 weeks. That tells you the madness that's ensuing with cryptocurrency. The next little tab is the markets. 37,970 markets. If you watch my other videos this week, you will hear me talk about exchanges. Those are the markets and how there's thousands of them. Who knew there were 37,970? That's almost 38,000 markets. Way too many, way too much noise, way too much mess. I digress. This is going to be a quick tutorial, so I don't want to go too deep into it. The next thing you'll see is the market capitalization. That's how much money is in the market right now today in cryptocurrency as a whole. So we are at 100 million, billion, $2 trillion in cryptocurrency now, and gaming. I remember last week, I don't think it was at 2 trillion. I think it was like 1.9 trillion. So there we go. The next line you're going to see, or the next tab here, is your 24-hour trading volume. That's how much money has moved and exchanged hands in cryptocurrency in the last 24 hours. And we're looking at 147 billion with a B, dollars have exchanged hands in the last 24 hours. Next, we're showing dominance. Bitcoin still holds the dominant coin in cryptocurrency at 54.3%. I wonder when that number is going to change and drop below 50 and what that's going to do with cryptocurrency. I have some ideas. We'll talk about that later. You see Ethernet is Ethernet. You'll see Ether is at 12%. All right, Ethereum. All right, we're moving on down. There's just some tabs up here. You can learn, these are tabs where you can actually learn something. You can create a watch list if you create an account and log in. X, Y, and Z. We're not going to go into that part. We're going to skip on down. Now, by default, this list comes up in order of market capitalization. So the coins with the most market cap are going to be ranked higher than the ones with less market cap. You can see the top 3 coins are Bitcoin, Ethereum, and Binance. If you looked 2 years ago, 3 years ago, 4 years ago, that was not the case. So this does change, all right? And they rank them accordingly. It shows 100 rows, as you can see here, there are 100 rows. So if I scroll down, I'm gonna see the top 100 coins by market capitalization. So when I tell you to orient yourself with CoinMarketCap and see what's going on, the first thing I kind of look at is over here on the right side. I want to see what kind of week we're having. Is everything red? Is everything green? Is everything on the upswing, or is things on the way down? You can see that there's been some volatility in the market in the last 7 days. This graph doesn't show you how much volatility that is. Is this showing you thousands, $10, hundreds of dollars, tens of thousands of dollars? You don't know that. All you know is it's not been a straight line up and it's not been a straight line down. And right now at this moment, we're on a positive trend. There's very little red on the streets, all right? So that's the first observation that I make. The next thing I look at when wanting to invest or wanting to look at a coin is a circulating supply. I care how many coins are available and how many are out there in circulation. For instance, Bitcoin only has, as you can see right there, the max supply is 21 million coins. That's the most coins that will ever be created for Bitcoin. And right now there's 18.6, almost 18.7 million circulating Bitcoin. All right, that's important to know. We're at almost 89% circulation. Once we hit the 21 million circulating point, that's when I think the price is going to go up, right? Because it's going to be harder to get to. Because at that point, you can only get Bitcoin once it's been sold or traded or converted. They're not creating Bitcoin at that point anymore. So that's something to look out for. I don't like when coins have in the billions of availability. Now this is Tether, that's not a good example. Ripple's been doing really good. People who invest in Ripple are very happy today. It's $1.38, but I have a love-hate relationship with Ripple. I'm not even going into it, but it's having a really good month, okay? Ripple's doing really well. There's 45 billion Ripple out there, and they can have up to 100 billion Ripple. So Ripple has its good days, Ripple has its bad days. It's having a good day now. This is not me picking any coins for you today, just kind of explaining CoinMarketCap. All right, moving over to the left, we have the volume. This is the trading volume in the last 24 hours. You want to see a lot of trading volume in comparison to the market cap, because you want to know that people are buying and selling this coin. It's being liked, and people are grabbing it and they're letting it go for whatever reason, and they're grabbing it again. That should be important to you. If a coin has a very, very low trading volume in comparison to its market capitalization, that's how much money is in that market for that coin, that should be a flag. I don't want to say a red flag or a yellow flag or an orange flag. It should be a flag. Moving over, the 7-day percentage change. So in the last week, I said it in my last video, I think, Binance has gone up significantly, almost 50%. It's at 42% in the last week. That's huge. That's huge for such a stable coin. That's expected for a crap coin, because crap coins are volatile and they go up and down for various reasons. A lot of them are whales and a lot of them is BS, right? But Binance is not BS, and it's not a crap coin. So the fact that it's going up like this is a good thing. But you have to be wary of how much further will it go. And if you want to buy, do you want to enter the market buying something that's already up 42%? The question you have to ask yourself. Moving over here to the second column, I don't know if you're going to call it the third column, is the price. This is how much the coin costs. The beautiful thing about cryptocurrency is you can buy pieces of crypto. You don't have to buy the whole thing. That's intimidating with stocks. Like, you won't be able to buy yourself a share of Berkshire Hathaway unless you have, I don't know what it's at now. I shouldn't even brought it up. It's like $1 million a share, $500,000 a share, something super high, right? But Bitcoin, you can get yourself a piece of Bitcoin. You can get 1/50th of a Bitcoin, and you can do that every week until you have your whole Bitcoin. So that is a good thing. That's another reason I like cryptocurrency. So you look at the price, you see what you can afford and how much you can buy. All right, so that's pretty much the outlook of the homepage of CoinMarketCap. Now you can resort these by any of these other tabs. If you want to see the price, you can click on the price tab. It's going to show you the most expensive on down to the least expensive coin. I don't know why you'd want to do that. I mean, if you're trying to invest in it, because price is not an indicator of value, right? But it's just something that you can do. You can see who has the most circulating supply or the least circulating supply. That's also something you can do. The least circulating supply is something you may want to look at. You say, I want a coin that doesn't have a whole lot out there. And then you may want to get that coin. So it just depends on what your parameters and what your criteria is. So I'm going to resort by the market cap. That was our original sort. Now what you can do is you can actually click on that cryptocurrency and go into it and see what's going on with that one in particular. This gives you a bigger view of Bitcoin, what I clicked on. And it's telling you the price. It's giving you up to the minute updates on what that price is doing right now. it's showing you graphs where you can determine how it's done in the past. Like I got into Bitcoin, see my date here, around January of 2017. The price was right at $1,000. So I wanted to go through all that. I can see that. This tells you the whole history of Bitcoin. Not really, because Bitcoin was minted in 2009, but it goes back pretty far. You can look at just how well it's done this year, complete upward trend. You can do the last year. You can look at the last month and see what it's doing. All right. One thing I like about this view with the all is you can see the cycle of the market. It started off very low. It had its spike in 2018, late 2017, early 2018, where it hit like $18,000. And then it trickled right on back down again. And that's a market cycle. That's your bull run when it's at its height, and then it's bear run when it came back down. We're in another all-time high bull run, and it's pretty fantastic. But know that this is the cycle of the market. It will come back down. I don't know what it's going to come down to, but it will come down. On the right side here, it's giving you some statistics on what's going on. And another important part of this is this tab right here. On any coin you click on, you want to see where you can buy that coin. So you click on that market tab, and it's going to show you all the markets, the exchanges where you can buy that coin. Now, Bitcoin is tender. It is cryptocurrency. You should be able to buy Bitcoin on all of the exchanges with the exception of very few. And that's pretty much how it is. I don't know the total number is and if it's going to show me, but we have everything here. Binance, Kraken, Coinbase, KuCoin, Bitfinex, Bitstamp. I mean, all these places you can buy Bitcoin, and that's a good thing. But just say, let's go back to the homepage again, and you want to get a more obscure coin, one you just heard about today. You don't know what it is or what it's doing, and you want to know where you can get it. Let's say Holo. I know nothing of Holo, nothing about it at all. But I'm looking at Holo, and I'm like, it's only almost 2 cents. I can afford Holo. Let's get it. Then I'm going to click on the market, and I'm going to say, where can I get Holo? Well, look at there. I can get Holo on Binance. I can get it on Gate.io and Uniswap. Those are some popular ones I can get it. And that's important to know because if you're trying to do short-term investing, if you're trying to short the market, if you're trying to trade often, you have to know where you can get it. Because if you don't have an account at one of these places already, as I had told you in my other video this week, I'll try to link it in the top here, you have to have your account already set up because it can take several days for everything to link up, your accounts to link up, and you can start buying and trading cryptocurrency. So if Holo is on its way up today and tomorrow, but you don't have your account set up, by the time you get your account set up in the crypto market, that's way too long. All right, it's way too long. You need hours and minutes, not days. All right, if you're trying to do some short-term trading. That's just my FYI for you. So a good one to have is probably Uniswap. Now, sometimes you will see an exchange that's available, supposedly. Then you go to that exchange and it's not there. And that can mean one of two things. It can mean that CoinMarketCap is wrong, and that's possible. And it could also mean you're a resident of a country that doesn't allow that coin on that market. All right, so you're kind of restricted from it. In the US, hello, we're a big one that's restricted from a lot of these markets. Like Binance. If this is regular Binance, not Binance.us, we're not allowed to access it. So good for those people who can buy Holo on Binance. I'm not one of them, all right? So that's about it. I mean, I just wanted to give you kind of an overview. I'm not really trying to tell you how to invest, how to trade, and all that, but I just want to give you an idea of what you're looking at. And when you do look at this, how you can orient yourself. Oh, the very last thing I wanted to show you was these tabs right here above the coins. It says cryptocurrencies, which we're showing now, categories. That's going to tell you what kind of category the coin is in. Education, interoperability, transportation, privacy. It just tells you what sphere those coins are in and what the top gainer in this column here, the top gainer column, is for that market or that category that day. The next one over is DeFi. Decentralized finance is a big thing. If you don't know what it is, you need to figure it out. I'm going to do an intermediate course in addition to my introduction course. I'm going to go into DeFi. Definitely a big deal. Definitely something you need to get into and figure out what it is. I will help you through that when we get there. You got to take it a step by step, step at a time. The next one is NFTs, non-fungible tokens. I can't tell if this thing is still on its way up or if it's about to burn out and die, but it's a unique concept. It is monetizing the uniqueness of a digital asset. So we're talking digital art, digital music, virtual land. It's putting it on the blockchain and putting a value to it and then buying and selling it. So that person who owns that thing, that piece of art, that piece of music, that virtual land, owns a one-of-a-kind thing that no one else can own. They own the copy of it. They have their certificate on the blockchain that says it's theirs and no one else can have it. Pros and cons, maybe I'll do a video on it here soon, but definitely something you should know about. I don't know where we are in the trend of it right now. Then we have a couple ecosystems here. We have the Polkadot ecosystem and the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem. And those are basically just the separate markets, separate chains for that particular owner. So Polkadot has its own ecosystem. Binance Smart Chain has its own ecosystem. And then it sorts these tokens within that ecosystem. And the very last tab right here is yield farming. That is another one that's on its way up. Very interesting and something that requires its own video. So we'll see if I have time to do that as well. But that's it. I just want to give you an overview of CoinMarketCap. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you learned something. Now go forth, carry on, and learn about cryptocurrency today.